All right, hello everyone. I am here with Mark, commonly known as Mendit Mark, and he runs an electronic repair YouTube channel. And today we will be asking him a couple questions about our work together. So, Mark, would you like to introduce yourself and tell everyone here a little bit more about who you are?
Right, I've been doing electronic repairs for well over 10 years as a hobby. And a few years ago, I was convinced to make a YouTube channel out of it. And it's gone quite well. Made reasonable growth in the first 2.5 years, getting to a point where it's starting to make some good money. And I've been looking for the way to get to the next level. I'm approaching the magic 100,000 subscribers, which is a great milestone, but it doesn't make you rich. And that's the problem.
Got it. Okay. All right. And so, how long have you been working with us at Creator Monetize?
That's a good question. To my mind, I think we first got in touch in April, so I think we're about 6 months in, are we? I need
Believe
to check.
so. Around there, probably. Yeah. Setup took a while, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
think from first contact, I think from first email contact it was in April, and I think it's approaching 5 or 6 months now.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. And give us a bit of your story before joining. Like, where were you at before working with us?
Right, before working with you, I had a full-time day job, which is a well-paid managerial position. The electronics was a sideline, a bit of a side hustle and a hobby. Laid on top of that, making the videos, so I was very, very busy. So that was where I was before. Yearning to make the leap to get rid of the well-paid day job, but obviously that's not something you give up, sort of trivially. So you need something to replace that income. So yeah, wanting a lot, but not quite getting there. That was where I was.
Okay. All right. And on that note, what type of results have you gotten since joining?
Since signing up in the first 31 days of sort of action with these guys, we turned over just about $20,000, which is insane. I've always done quite well with the YouTube's AdSense income, been pretty stable, but nothing like that. It's a game changer, really is.
Awesome. Yeah. And you also ended up um, deciding to go full time in on YouTube and quit the day job, right?
Yes, absolutely. With that sort of level of income coming in so quickly, it gave me the confidence to actually make the leap. Truth be told, I was probably already making just enough to get by with the AdSense. It wouldn't be as comfortable a life, but it could make it. But that boost of income really gave me the confidence to sort of pull my finger out, stop working for people, and be the master of my own destiny. And it's all because of these guys.
Awesome. Awesome. That's really cool. And kind of before you were working with us, like what were kind of the main challenges you faced in having to go about and make that happen?
Yeah, the challenges of before Creator Monetize got involved, one of the problems was trying to manage your own existence on as a YouTube business. So your direct money is AdSense revenue from making good content. Then you also get the emails. You get bombarded by loads of Chinese suppliers wanting you to do reviews. They don't want to pay you; they just want to give you some cheap rubbish to review, and the idea that you'll get 10% of whatever they sell, and there's links, or you get asked to do sponsorship, like loads of VPNs and all sorts of weird things. But the trouble is, it doesn't resonate with your audience, and you just know, truthfully, that your audience will see straight through it. So I didn't really want to be sponsored. I've also heard nightmares of sponsorship deals where they really control the narrative. So yeah, they'll sign up and they never tell you how much they'll pay you either. They always ask to leave it to you to name your price. So you always undersell yourself, which is another problem as a content creator. You just never know your true worth. So I found myself being tempted with lots of sponsorship opportunities, being put right off them, hearing horror stories about how they dictate that in the first 60 seconds they want you to start talking about their product for a good 3 minutes long. And you think, when you're editing your video, you know yourself, the first 2 minutes you have to be really polished. That's when you've got to get your audience. And the last thing you want is trying to ram somebody else's message down your audience's throat. It's how you're going to lose them. So yeah, without direction and helpless is you need help, guys. You really do.
Awesome. Yeah. And so, based on your results so far, where do you see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, because of this, it's enabled me to advance with some life dreams. Really, I'm of an age where we've been able to clear our large lifelong debts off. The mortgage has recently been cleared off. It's enabled us to get onto phase two. So this is where, so in the next 12 months, we are going to be putting our house on the market. We're going to sell up, and we're going to move into the countryside and living the dream, and without the need of having to do a 9 to 5 day job to fund it. So
That's
I
awesome.
mean, life doesn't get better than that.
Absolutely. Really, really cool. All right. And so, last question before we end it, Mark. If someone's kind of on the fence about working with us, what would you tell them?
Well, a bit of a moral to the story here. Working with these guys, obviously, they're coming up with ideas that you won't think of. These guys. They're very confident. They tell you things about your audience, which you find yourself be quite reserved and a bit shy about yourself, and they really do sort of push you out of your comfort zone. And I say it's like this is good medicine. The reason you're not successful now is because you're sitting in your comfort zone. Let these guys push you out. They do it very well. They tease you out of your comfort zone, and then you find then the money comes in, and in a good way without destroying your channel. So there's no downside really. But there's a little work to do. They do give you some work to do, and another thing is you need a list of things to do in life. Otherwise, you'll sit around watching Netflix.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Before we wrap it up, Mark, any final thoughts you'd like to tell the viewers?
Uh, I think I've covered most of what I think already. But yeah, I mean, on a personal level, the guys are great to deal with. They're fun, energetic. They have some great ideas. They have a way of working that for someone my age, they work in sprints. I've noticed, which I've heard in the IT world, but to me, it's not something I deal with so much. But what it does mean, you sort of get a break for a while, and then they want your attention, and it can be a bit intense. But like I say, it's for your own good. Trust them.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. That's it then. Thank you very much for your time, Mark. And yeah.
Okay, I'll get back to editing videos now.